Good day, everyone. Meteorologist Mark Molnar here. Hope everybody is having a good day. Let's take a look and see what is going to be happening here in the tropics. We have Invest 94L. We're going to explore whether this could actually become our next tropical storm or even subtropical storm. The thing I'm most concerned about here as we go in time that I'm going to show you, that's going to be the central theme of our tropical update, is to continue to show you what the European model is grabbing onto here. We'll see if the GFS is starting to come on board with this towards the 20th, 21st, and eventually here the 22nd. You can see the European model really honing in here on something east of the Lesser Antilles. And we'll see what's going on with our broken record pattern here across eastern North America as we all go all the way through July 20th. The 23rd, and we'll explore even beyond that to see if this trough is eventually going to erode. You see these upper level lows across eastern Canada. Let's get into it. And don't forget to smash that like button down below, everybody. Question or comment to keep our weather conversation going. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and there's a bell notification so you're alerted when I come out with one of these video updates. Don't forget to share this video with all your friends and family. It really does make a difference, everyone, to get this word out. Let's take a look at Invest 94L here. 70 to 80% chance of development. I think this system goes tropical on us very quickly. And a few other systems out here in the tropics. We have a strong tropical wave here. Big wave coming off the coast of Africa. And over by the island of Hispaniola in Cuba, a small tropical wave. So we are starting out with your Friday here. Here it is across the Caribbean. Things are still looking clear. I know many of you in Jamaica and the Cayman Islands have told me it is just baking. It's hot. You need some rain. Well, let's see. Here's our system in Invest 94L. That's northeast of Bermuda. Yeah, it doesn't look that impressive. It is going to pinwheel, away from Bermuda, but it's actually going to circle around just like this. And I think, look at this. This is towards the 21st. This is actually looking like a pretty formidable system. So I think by this point, it will be a tropical storm. And then look what's happening out here into the intertropical convergence zone. It does start to bounce a little bit towards the north, and there is our system trying to form. It is right in this region right here. So as we get towards, say, the 22nd here at 2 p.m., you can see the intertropical convergence zone is still running a little bit farther south than what it should be this time of year, but it is starting to bounce towards the north. And there's our system really starting to show up on the European model by the 23rd. Now, how about the Gulf of Mexico and the Western Caribbean? What's going on here? So as we head through time here, you can see it's mostly dry except in Central America. These are the countries you're going to continue to get tremendous amounts of rainfall here. But here's the problem. That leaves the Cayman Islands and Jamaica high and dry here. So as we continue to go through the 18th, there is that tropical wave there that pushes through the island of Hispaniola. It's going to be a very fast mover. You can see it's moving around the periphery of this high-pressure system. By this point, Invest 94L is way over here, probably, a tropical system. But there is the tropical waves pinwheeling towards the northwest like this. So as we continue to go in time, you can see that pretty much falls apart by the 19th and skims north of Jamaica. So very little rain from that as well. As we continue to go in time, you don't see too much in the way of anything developing, but you do get, towards the 22nd, 21st and 22nd here, you do get some beneficial rains here across Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, and I'll get into those rainfall amounts. You start to see possibly a wave here right around the 22nd. So things are going to start getting a little interesting into the Gulf here as well. So we're taking a look at the GFS here. Let's compare it to the European model, King Euro. So yeah, as we continue in time here with the GFS, you can see our Invest 94L system. Yeah, it's about the same as it shows up on the European model. It's probably likely going to become either a minimal tropical storm or a subtropical storm. But look at that. It could be affecting the Azores here on the GFS by about the 22nd. So how about the rest of the tropics here? Well, here we go. This is what I really wanted to show you here. It is showing up on the GFS here. Look at this. So we get towards the 20th. Let's zoom in a little further. The Cape Verde Islands. Look at that. The GFS is developing something. It does lose it, though. So it is encouraging that we actually have both models indicating that we are looking for a higher than average rainfall pattern in the intertropical convergence zone. And that's what you really need to compare. Now, as we head across the Caribbean here, the 15th, the 16th, yeah, it looks like Central America from Nicaragua up to Honduras is going to continue to get some very, very heavy rains here. I'm sorry to say, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands won't start to see anything here, until the outer periphery of it till the 20th. Look at Jamaica, stays pretty dry here, though, on the GFS. And look at that into parts of the Gulf of Mexico. This is crazy because the Gulf is so abnormally warm. How have we not had any development? Thanks to Tropical Tidbits for this piece of information, dry air at mid-layers. Now, it is interesting to note, I think this may become a subtropical instead of a tropical storm. Look at all these dry air forming around Invest 94L. Aside from the point, look at all this dry air at mid-levels across the main development region of the Atlantic and across the western part of the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to continue, but there's another big surge of moisture with our systems, our tropical waves. And look at this, by the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th, look what starts to happen. We start to scour out that dry air. It starts to get pushed to the north. And this big old system kind of conglomerating. I think this is the system that we're going to really start to change the pattern out here and maybe form some sort of low. There it is. Closed off low there just south of the Cape Verde Islands. And look at that. That's going to scour out a lot of that dry air, and the moist air is going to funnel all the way westward there. You can see it funneling right up the east coast of the United States. And here we go, sea surface temperature anomalies. It just amazes me that we don't have more tropical activity. It's got to be the El Nino kicking in, but look at this. The Gulf is just primed. The Caribbean here, the main development region of the Atlantic. It is just insanely warm, even all the way up the U.S. East Coast here. So rainfall down here into the Caribbean. Yeah, Central America, Nicaragua up to Honduras and Belize. That's where the lion's share of the rain's fallen. Look at that, Nicaragua up to 100 millimeters. Bleeding over there into Honduras as well as we go. Look at that. Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, I'm sorry to say, it's not going to be as wet as we had hoped. But eventually by, towards the 23rd, we do start to get upwards of 20, maybe 40 millimeters of rainfall here. And if we take a look at rainfall amounts from the Lesser Antilles all the way up to Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, there it is, Trinidad, Tobago, the Southern Lesser Antilles. You're really getting piled on there with the rainfall upwards of 70, 80 millimeters through, middle of next week. And look at that. We just continue to pile it up here. Puerto Rico, a little bit on the lighter side towards 40 millimeters. All right, our HRRR future radar. Let's take a look at the overnight hours, Thursday night into Friday morning. You can see this is going to pretty much bog down across the Northeast. We're going to get showers and thunderstorms. I think there'll still be some severe cells, some isolated ones, but by this time it'll be becoming a heavy rain problem. So as we continue in time here, let's take a look and see what's going on. So yeah, we do get a resurgence. It looks like Cleveland down to Akron, you're pretty quiet up to Erie and Buffalo during this time. But here's 1 a.m. on Friday morning. You can see we have another resurgence of showers and thunderstorms heading up towards Binghamton and the Albany area. Here we got another cluster here across the Carolinas, North Carolina here into Virginia, and then another mesoscale convective system. Is that going to dive towards Ohio here? We'll take a look and see. But as we get the daytime heating on Friday, let's see what happens. Yeah, this is usually when things really start to explode. And you do start to see that. Look at that up I-88 in New York State, parts of Pennsylvania, Albany area up towards Concord. Some of these could be pretty strong to severe here. We're going to continue to watch that for development. You can see, look at these stronger cells. Yeah, if you're anywhere in eastern Pennsylvania, eastern upstate New York, pretty much through most of New England here, it is going to be a stormy day. And look at this down in through Mississippi and Tennessee. You're going to be dealing with a massive squall line here. So we got some big old thunderstorms here. Look at Florida as well. You're dealing with thunderstorms as well. So let's kind of just zoom out for everybody here because we got a lot of weather to talk about. Yeah, it's going to be a stormy day here across the east. Look at this here to the northeast, though. Some of these could really pack a punch across the Catskills, the Poconos, parts of eastern Pennsylvania down towards Harrisburg, Albany area up to Cortland. Look at this. This is crazy. And how long is this going to last? This is 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Look at this. Yeah, the expanse of thunderstorms is going to be pretty bad. And I think anywhere in this area, you stand the chance of seeing some very strong thunderstorms on Friday into Friday night. And now here it is across the southeast. You see thunderstorms continuing. But the really bad stuff is out here in Kansas, parts of Missouri, all the way over towards western Illinois. So, yeah, we're going to continue to keep our eye on that. Now, as we go into the evening hours, this usually turns into more of a heavy rain event. And you can see, look at that, Binghamton getting hit again, maybe going up towards, look at this in New York City, just north of New York City. Yeah, it's going to be a very stormy Friday evening, so if you have any dinner plans or anything, you might want to postpone those until the storms roll through, because this is by 2 a.m. Saturday morning. Look at this. We finally start to get some clearing taking effect, and if I zoom on out here, look what's kind of funneling in from the west here as we go through 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. Look at this. This is converging on Michigan, Ohio, and eastern Kentucky. Look at this. This is noon on Saturday, so we start to get a surge of moisture. Look at this. Yeah, it's going to become very rainy and very stormy here across much of Ohio, down through eastern Kentucky and Ontario, Canada. I've got more weather momentarily for you. Hold on for just a moment. I got a quick announcement here from my affiliate. I am proud to announce that I am now an affiliate with Trilogy Maps. TrilogyMaps.com, bringing you the most digital, customizable maps found nowhere else on the internet. These maps are simply stunning. It's an advanced layering system that makes these maps great for making forecast maps with ease, or any other maps that you would like to display important information on. The resolution on these maps is simply amazing. From the detail of everything here in the States, and you can also create stunning, digital, professional layered maps from also across the entire world. And don't forget, in checkout, the discount code option, use my code, MeteoMark, hit apply, and you will get 20% off your order. So if you want the most professional, customizable, and affordable weather maps found nowhere else on the internet, look no further than TrilogyMaps.com. Link in the description down below along with your discount code. So as we go through the CFS medium range model, you can see as we go throughout the next week, the common theme is going to continue to be that East Coast trough here. You can see it really setting up, but look what starts to form in its place here across the southeast. A ridge really does start to develop briefly, until by July 22nd, you can see, yeah, that trough is really making its presence felt here across eastern North America. So this unsettled conditions is just going to continue. And as we head towards, say, the 28th, 29th, 30th, and August 1st, look at that's replaced by a nice ridge here across the east. Is this going to become an August trend here? Look at this. Yeah, it does start to trough it out a little bit by the second week of August, but yeah, there it is. It's back again. But yeah, at least we start off, we end July with a ridge developing into the first part of August. So here we go with the European model. Let's take a look here. We'll leave off where our mesoscale models did. Take a look at this into Saturday and into Sunday here. Yeah, showers and thunderstorms continuing here across the east. It's just going to, tropical moisture is just going to be fed up into this trough in these upper level lows across eastern Canada. That's just going to continue. Let's just back that up one frame. There's Sunday. There it is into the northeast. It's a rainy day for sure. Showers, thunderstorms likely across upstate New York, eastern Pennsylvania, parts of New England. Look at that. That does push off the coast. You would figure just in time for a manic Monday here. Look at that. And look at that into Tuesday, the 18th. Yeah, high pressure does try to build and control across the eastern part of the country, but you definitely see evidence of this trough here. I'm not going to lie. It's still here. This is great news here over towards Alberta. It's great to see some rain actually funneling up here into the western plains. You will get some severe weather out into the plains, but let's just back that up one frame. This is Tuesday. Look at here on the eastern part of this trough. Another showers and thunderstorms day here. So yeah, the daytime heating is going to crop up. And look at this, towards Wednesday, the 19th, you get some showers and thunderstorms across Ohio. That's going to move east for early Thursday morning. Look at that, a squall line moving through eastern Ohio into upstate New York. And look at this. This is Friday. Yeah, it could be a big severe weather day across the Ohio Valley into the parts of the Northeast again. So we're going to keep getting these systems that move across the St. Lawrence Valley and extend, some big old energy. And look at this. Speaking of energy, look what's diving here across the southeast. Big old squall line here for Saturday, July 22nd, ruining a good part of your weekend. And I just want to make note, look at these low pressure systems that keep forming on the east end of this trough. You do start to see, though, look what's forming here up here in Canada, high pressure by the 22nd here in the 23rd. So liquid equivalent precipitation, yeah, we hope it's liquid this time of year. That, my friends, right there, let me just stop it right there. That is some great news in Quebec. This might actually help the situation. It's not going to entirely eliminate the wildfire problem up here, but that is really, really encouraging. Now, as we continue to go here, let's take a look. Yeah, this is through Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, especially Sunday there. Look how it adds Saturday into the Ohio Valley into Sunday into the northeast. Look at that. You can see how that just adds up. And yeah, all the way through next week, look at this. This is very concerning, especially the northeast here. You could see some flash flooding issues. Now, as we head into the northeast, we'll take it through Friday here. Here's your Friday into Saturday. So yeah, New England, you're piling it up. Cleveland, you're not getting it until, let's see, Sunday morning. You'll pick up about a half, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Look at that. Binghamton, I-81 eastward towards Albany, Boston. You're really socked in with it next week. Look at that. We just keep adding on top of all these totals as we go through time. And by the end of next week and the next weekend, there may be some areas in this that are getting over 3 to 4+ inches of rainfall. Watch out for flash flooding. Now let's take a look at surface smoke here on our HRRR. There's going to be some major smoke issues here, especially near the ground up here towards Montana and the Dakotas with those wildfires really raging across Western Canada. This is really unfortunate. That drops southward here. This is towards Friday, late in the evening. There we go. Let's stop it right there. You see a little evidence up here in Quebec, but we're going to be getting some rainfall up here. That's great news, but look at this. Yeah, it's going to come pouring from the northwest this time across the northern Midwest. Will this make it to as far east as Michigan? Well, it looks like, we stop it right here. We can't go any further on our smoke model. But I'm suspecting with this flow pattern, we're eventually going to make it into parts of the Ohio Valley and Michigan by early next week. All right, here we go. Across the Eastern Pacific, we are looking at Kelvin here. So Kelvin is, on the verge of becoming a hurricane, likely to become a Category 2 hurricane. This is going to be no threat to land. It is going to be interesting to watch, though. Look at that thing. It's becoming quite a buzzsaw. It is going to become dangerously close here to Hawaii, but as you can see by this point, this is out towards the 18th. It will still be a minimal tropical storm. So, yeah, we're going to watch the Hawaiian Islands here in the 20th, 21st, 22nd time frame. This could bring some gusty winds, some heavy rainfall. We'll take a look at that, see how close it... Look at that. So, yeah, right around the 19th. It's actually moving pretty fast. So, 19th, 20th. Let's just zoom in on Hawaii here. Look at this. So, right 19th, 20th. Yeah, this could bring some very heavy rains to all the islands of the Hawaiian island chain. And behind this, look at this. We have a 20% chance through day. And look at this. Day 7. This is aimed once again at Hawaii. So are we going to start setting up storms here that may affect Hawaii? That's something we're going to continue to watch here. And I wanted to show you Kelvin spinning up here on the GFS. Look at this thing. Yeah, this thing's going to crank up to Cat 2. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing cranks up to Cat 3. But look at this. Yeah, it's going to continue westward here towards the Hawaiian Islands. Now look at this. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Doesn't happen very often, but we may have a tropical storm making landfall in the Hawaiian island chain. Now, will this continue westward into the Western Pacific and cause something? Not likely, but, stranger things have happened. So, the Western Pacific here, Philippine Islands, this is Invest 95W here. Take a look at it. So, yeah, as we continue through the rest of the week into the weekend, let's see what the chances of the system developing are. Look at this. The European model blowing this up by the 15th. Yeah, this could actually become a pretty formidable system. I think, we could potentially have a tropical depression or even a tropical storm here. I think the worst of it is going to head towards South China here, and very heavy rain. We'll take a look at those rainfall amounts thanks to Tropical Tidbits shortly. But look at that. That pinwheels towards northern Vietnam and South China by the 18th. So that's going to bring some very heavy rain. Now, on the backside of this system, it's going to bring heavy rain well into the northern Philippines. Southern Philippines kind of clearing out here in time. But look at this. We get another spin up we're going to keep spinning these low pressure systems up just like this here towards the 19th. And as we continue in time here, you can see that's going to continue to pinwheel moisture here into Vietnam and South China here. So, yeah, the Philippines, we're going to go over rainfall amounts momentarily. And look at this, by the 21st, we could have our next tropical system here developing just east of the Philippines. So this is definitely something we're going to keep an eye on because it could actually affect the Philippines and possibly Taiwan here. This is very, very bad here. So we're going to continue to watch it. Now, what's going on up here with the heavy rains in South Korea? This is with the tropical moisture that's gotten entrained here into a northern stream system, and that is going to continue on a southwest flow, continuing to deluge parts of South Korea here in North Korea. This is not good news. It's keeping most of the moisture away from Japan until the 19th and eventually the 20th, where that system moves to the east and brings some heavy rains to Tokyo and Kyoto on northeastward there. So continuing to watch our tropical flow here in Southeast Asia as well. Now, as we head into the Western Pacific, here's our Invest 95W by the 15th. So let's just back that up a day. Yeah, this thing's going to crank up, I think, to a tropical storm, at least showing up here on the GFS. Look at this, north of Taiwan. There's something kind of trying to form here. Look at all that tropical moisture. That's crazy. Yeah, and look at up there in Korea. That's going to continue with all that tropical moisture. But look at this. Yeah, the GFS is going crazy, developing a solid eye just southeast of Yanjiang here. So, yeah, this could be kind of interesting. Look at that. Could we have a landfalling hurricane in South China, according to the GFS, by the 18th? Well, I don't know. The European is weaker and further west. I'm kind of going with the European model, but this is an interesting solution, to say the least here. And look at this behind it. Another storm system tries to start forming. Look at this. We're going to start cranking it up here. This is on, let's get a timestamp here. This is the 21st. So here is a developing typhoon and another typhoon. We could have dueling typhoons with the poor Philippines essentially right in between all this. So, yeah, we're going to continue to watch it here. Maybe this typhoon landfalling in northern Vietnam, and this other one moving dangerously close to the northern Philippines. I'm very concerned here. We're going to continue to watch it for you. So your temperatures here, yeah, it's a broken record, my friends. Look at this. Century mark breaking all the way in the southwest of Texas. Very hot and humid here in Florida. And look at the northeast, low to mid 80s, held down a little bit by the rainfall. But look at this. As we head into Saturday, the heat is on across the northeast, eclipsing 90 in many locations. Look at this. The west is really going to start to bake out here. The only cool spot is here in the northern Dakotas, into the 70s, 83 there near Cleveland. Very beautiful weekend until you get towards late Saturday, Sunday. Then the rain starts to move into the Ohio Valley. But look at this. Staying toasty in the northeast. There's a cool flow. Wow, that's hot out west and in Texas. Eclipsing 100 in most locations into Monday. This cooler air does start to try to surge towards the southeast, but look at this. We're actually hitting the low 90s in some of the big cities of the northeast for your Monday into Tuesday, July 18th. Look at this. We're going to start to try to push this heat northward here. Look at this. Upper 70s, Cleveland, Buffalo, Erie, over to Detroit. Looks very temperate and nice. Get out there and enjoy into your Wednesday. Look at that. Yeah, the heat is definitely going to start boiling. My intuition here is telling me as we head towards August, this heat dome is going to try to expand eastward. Extended outlook from hometown viewers, Binghamton to Scranton's Upper Susquehanna River Valley of New York and Pennsylvania. Look at this. Friday, we'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms, as particularly between 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Yeah, maybe up to a quarter inch, locally higher amounts. Saturday, we tone that down a little bit. We turn up the heat to 90. There's about a 20% chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, mainly between 3 and 8 p.m. into Sunday. Yeah, that front is moving in from the Ohio Valley. We're going to start to see showers and thunderstorms likely, especially between noon and 10 p.m. So, yeah, outdoor plans don't look good into Monday. Some clearing at 90 again. Yeah, hazy, hot, and humid. Chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Into Tuesday, a better chance of showers and thunderstorms, maybe up to a third to a half an inch. As always, thanks for joining me for this edition of MeteoMark's Weather. Don't forget to visit my link down below for my Hurricane 2023 Outlook if you haven't visited that. I go over the entire tropical season, what I think is going to happen. Also, don't forget my Trilogy Maps link affiliate down below. Use the code MeteoMark to get 20% off your order. I do make a little bit of commission off that, so just to disclose that. So there it is, and the link's down below. At Facebook MeteoMark, you can visit me, also Weather Northeastern, also Hurricane Northeastern. It's also MeteoMark.com, Twitter @WeatherEastern. Thanks for joining me for this edition